Here is question 16 from 13.09, not actually part of the homework, but I thought if you can do this one, you can do any of them. And this was, I think, with the denominators with an X in, caused a little bit of rustling amongst the troops. So let's have a look at how we resolve these. Nice and straightforward, nice and simple. So all we do is we say, what's common? Well, there's the denominator, there's the denominator. If we multiply the denominators, in other words, if we take 5x and we multiply it by 7x, we end up with 35x squared. So really all we're doing is we're going to multiply everything by 35x squared, the common denominator. Well, let's do that now. So here it is again, I'll rewrite it. This implies that 2 over 7x plus 2 equals 3 over 5x. Now multiplying by 35x squared times 35x squared times 35x squared. Now the only reason we're multiplying by 35x squared is so that we're going to remove the denominator. So I'm not actually going to bother multiplying it by 2 first or by 3 first. I'm going to go straight to removing this. So the first thing I'm going to say is, how many 7s are there in 35? Well, the answer is 5. So I can cross that out and cross that out and just write a 5. How many x's are there in x squared? Well, there's 1. I'll cross that out and cross out the squared. So I've taken an x off here, an x off here, and I'm left with 2 and a 5 and an x. So if I was to rewrite this starting on the next line, I would go, that implies there, and I've got 2 times 5 times x is going to be 10x. And it's going to be over 1, or I could just leave it as 10x plus, so I don't need the vinculum there at all. All right. I've got 2 times 35x, can't do anything with that, so it's going to be 2 times 35 is 70. I've got an x squared after it, and we're good. All right, 5's into 35, we'll go 7 times, so cross that out. I'm going to write 7 there. Take an x off here, take one of the x's off here, leaving me with a 3 and a 7 and an x. So 3 7s are 21, and I've got an x as well. Now, I notice I've got x's at all points here, so I'm going to divide all of this by x, and I'm going to divide this by x. In other words, I'm dividing both sides by x. How does that play out? Well, fortunately, it means we get rid of at least some of the x's. So x divided by x is 1. I could write times 1 here. I've taken one x off here. I'm going to have to take an x off here as well. So I'll just take the square off. That's gone. And the x divided by the x, of course, is 1. Now, of course, the strategy with these is always to get the knowns on the right-hand side and the unknowns on the left-hand side. So I want all the x's on the left and all the numerals, the integers and so on the right side. So what have I got left now? I've got 10 plus 70x is equal to 21. So if I go minus 10, I'm going to take 10 off this side, 10 off this side, and so now I've got more of the knowns on this side. Well, 21 minus 10 is going to be 11. So I've got 70x is equal to 11. Now if I divide both sides by 70, I get rid of this known here. So here I'm dividing both sides by 70. 70 divided by 70 is 1, leaving with an x. X is equal to 11 over 70. And that's as far as I can take it. There's my solution.